Right now, even though many players have committed to teams, there are still valuable free agents that haven't agreed to terms with a new team. Obviously, and these are the top 10 free agents heading into the first weekend of free agency and the best fits on the sports for each of them. This is Dennis the Business Sports. Do click subscribe. We are running from number 10 to number 1, and we're starting with the one and only Jimmy Smith. Now, while Smith turns 32 this offseason, there is no denying his talent. Nevertheless, the former first round pick has spent all 9 NFL seasons with the Ravens and has been a key cog in the Baltimore's secondary for the quite some time. Now, his injury history needs to be taken into consideration. However, as he hasn't played in all the 16 games since the 2015 season, in 2019 he recorded 30 combined tackles, 1 sack, 6 presses, the defense, and 1 interception in the 9 games played. Now, if you're looking for a veteran who can still add something special to the secondary, Smith is your number 1. Straight up, let's go to number 9. Number 9, we have none other than Damagong, sir. As the name sounds, if you're looking for a reason why Tampa Bay had the number 1 run defense last season, look no further than this guy right here. He's 33 years of age, old sir, may not be the sack-master defensive tackle he once was, but was still dominant in the interior of the Buccaneers defense line. Now, sir had 41 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and 2 defensive touchdowns last season, playing all the 16 games. Now, he hasn't missed any game since 2011 when he was suspended 2 games for his actions against Evan Smith. Now, while some may not be worth $9 million US anymore, he still has an excellent game right here for a team looking to shore up its run defense. Now, best landing spots are the Buccaneers, Colts, and the Jaguars. That's where he might head. Straight up to number 8. Now, number 8, we have none other than Damarius Randall. Now, a former cornerback with the Packers, Randall found a home in Cleveland as a safety. He had 61 tackles and 2.5 sacks in 11 games, hampered by a hamstring injury all season. A hard hitter that was known for his helmet-to-helmet strike on the Steelers' wide receiver Deontay Johnson last season. Randall provides a force to any secondary team. Now, Randall's coverage skills aren't great, but he's a solid starter in the game. Now, the best landing spots could be the Jets, the Vikings, or the Buccaneers. Ladies and gentlemen, why don't we head to number 7? Number 7, we have none other than the comic Shelby Harris. Harris finally earned an opportunity to start in the Denver last season and made the most of it. Playing all 16 games, Harris finished with 49 tackles, 6 sacks, and 9 passes. The defense while rotating on the edge and at the nose tackle. Harris only played 60% of the Broncos' defensive snaps, but he provides much needed versatility to any defensive line. Harris may cost more than expected for a player that is inconsistent at times, but his upside may be worth the investment. The best landing spots here could be the Broncos, Cardinals, or the Colts. Why don't we head to number 6 right here? Now, number 6, we have one Jason Peters, another aging left tackle that still looks good enough to start in the NFL. The Eagles decided to move on from Peters after 11 seasons, allowing him to seek a starting opportunity elsewhere. Injuries have limited Peters the past 3 seasons, which may hurt his market. Now, Peters had 10 penalties last season. He's played over 85% of the offensive snaps just once since 2014. And he's done, he's 38 as well. And the best landing spots could be the Titans, Seahawks, or the Chiefs. Let's go to number 5. Number 5, we have the one and only Logan Ryan. Now, Logan Ryan would be an excellent value signing for any team that wants to add him to their secondary. Now, he finished with 113 tackles, 18 passes defensed, 4 interceptions, and 4 forced fumbles in all 16 games. Opposing quarterbacks threw for 5 touchdowns and had an 88.7 passer rating targeting. That was Ryan. Now, sure, Ryan is coming off a down year, but he's just 29 and is a reliable starter for any team that needs a cornerback. Teams that could get Darius Slay should take a look at Ryan. Now, best landing spots could be the Cowboys, Giants, or the Bears. Let's go to number 4. Number 4, we have none other than Breshad Perryman. Now, Perryman is an underrated commodity and will be an excellent get for any team either way. Now, 2019 was the year Perryman finally put everything together, finishing with 17.9 yards per catch. That's about 36 catches, then 645 yards and 6 touchdowns. Now put Perryman with a quarterback that can throw the ball downfield and he adds instant explosiveness to an offense. The Eagles need to add speed to their wide receiver group. Let's look at his best landing spots this season. It could be the Eagles, the Vikings, or the Colts. Let's go to number 3. Number 3, we have none other than Robbie Anderson. Now, the dreaded man right there, surprisingly, hasn't been assigned yet, especially in a weak wide receiver class. Teams are desperate for speed, and this should be the wide receivers, and Anderson fits that bill as well. Now that trades are for the likes of DeAndre Hopkins, Stephon Diggs, and Anderson's market may finally be open. Now, a former undrafted free agent out of Temple, Anderson has developed a reputation as one of the best deep ball wide receivers in the NFL. Now, in 16 games last season, he had 15 stats. Anderson finished with 52 catches for 779 yards and 5 touchdowns, averaging to about 15.0 yards per catch. Anderson has 207 catches for 3,059 yards and 20 touchdowns in 4 seasons, averaging 14.8 yards per catch. That equates to about 52 catches for 768 yards and 5 touchdowns on average for Anderson, who will be 27 in May. Let's look at his best landing spots in NFL. It could be the Vikings, the Saints, or the Packers. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for number 2 and number 1? Now, at number 2, we have none other than Jameis Winston. The market for Winston is drying up, especially since the Buccaneers landed Tom Brady. Now, Winston will have to look elsewhere for his market team or his next team here. But then the Colts and the Raiders are out of the potential destinations here. There are a few teams that need starting quarterbacks, including the Pets and the Chargers. But who knows if they're interested. Now, Winston completed 60.7% of his passes for a league, leading for about 5,109 yards with 33 touchdowns and a league high 30 interceptions. Now, he became the first quarterback to throw about 450 plus yards in the consecutive games and was the first quarterback in the league history to throw for 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in a season. His 7 interceptions returned for touchdowns is an NFL record. Let's look at his best landing spots here. It could be the Pets, it could be the Chargers, or the Bears. Ladies and gentlemen, at number 1, the drum rolls go for the one Jadeveon Clowney. Now, teams are in desperate need for pass rushers, and Clowney is still available. The price tag for Clowney will be high and cloud potentially reach to about 20 million US dollars per season if there is a binding war. Now, Clowney hasn't fully lived up to the hype of being the number 1 overall pick, but he's been productive. He has 32 sacks in 6 NFL seasons with 8 quarterback hits. He's about 252 pressures and 3 Pro Bowl appearances. He has also graded out exceptionally well via Pro Football Focus, specifically over the past 2 seasons. Now, Clowney finished with 31 tackles, 3 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 13 quarterback hits, and 47 pressures in 13 games in the year 2019. His best landing spots could be the Colts, the Giants, or the Seahawks. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the 2020 NFL free agency top 10 players as I've given them to you real quick right here on Dennis the Business Sports. Now, do click subscribe and tell a friend to subscribe. What I meant, share this video if you may. Bye for now.